That's the first time that I've had a run that felt like a disappointment. Yeah, I apparently created a rustic villa. Them trying to tell me I didn't flesh out much of it, and what I did flesh out was not impressive. Yeah, we read the gardener's thing. Adds 8 classrooms to today's draft pool. I'm gonna try the hovel. Oh, Mr. Ravain. Your half-hearted dedication and maintenance of the grounds have been greatly appreciated. Jesus Christ, Anne. However, I regret to inform you that your services as the groundskeeper at Mount Holly will no longer be required, effective immediately. I have made a wish. This decision has been made after careful consideration and is based upon repeated observations and documented instances of neglect in the performance of your duties. The state of the green rooms in particular has deteriorated significantly over the last few months, which reflects poorly on the rest of the staff. You are required to vacate the hovel by the 20th of March, ensuring all tools and equipment belonging to the estate are returned to the tool shed in good condition. Your final wages will be settled promptly upon the completion of these instructions. We thank you for your time and service and wish you the best in future endeavors. Complimentary watering can. Where'd you hide it, male thief? That's brazier number 2 lit. Fucking bear traps. It did look like a coin. Okay, Nate, I'll find out on my own there, big fella. We've been timing out people for stuff like that before. My intuition is to not do it now because I was told to. Alright, the foundation does stick around permanently. Good, don't. I won't. How about that? Damn, these suck. These are not great. God, I hate this. I don't hate that. Good old pair of running shoes right off the rip. Wish for more wishes? Damn. I would be a genie's nightmare. I don't want gems because I don't even know what I would use them for now that the special rooms cost steps. And no one bans Nate? No, absolutely not. That's you get treated different when you spend tens of thousands of dollars in this channel. It is a fucking oligarchy around here. You should know that. Yeah, that's a pretty good spot. That's a pretty good spot in the passageway. Or for the passageway. I'll lose steps for that. Oh, the passageway is fucking dank. We'll go pantry. Get some steps back. No, I totally get it. I'm shocked I haven't had to deal with more of that. It's been reasonably good for the first 24 hours. Normally when I get into a game like this or Inscription or something like that, people get fucking fired up.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Weirdly enough, Stardew and Subnautica were really bad for how aggressive people were with it. This feels like a really good spot to stick the guest bedroom. Get our steps back. Grab a gem. Yeah, Nate's been playing the shit out of this game. Yeah, Subnautica is one of those games I wish I could wipe from my memory and play all over again. I should draft a bioreactor. I don't know what my fucking problem is. I want to come back to it if and when I find the utility closet. I don't want to deal with drafting that corner blind. Shit. Alright, that's fine. Whatever. I'm fucking loaded in this game. Dude, I would light all the candles if I had the thingy ding ding. Gotta craft that thing again. Ugh, well, I guess this one. I watched Jack's playthrough after yours, and yours was better, if I'm being honest. Wild. Yeah, I don't know if we ever got Subnautica onto YouTube. I think we did. I'm not 1,000,000% certain. Trying to manage my YouTube channel has been such a shit show over the years. Not because, like, Danny or I are bad at it. It's just that running a YouTube channel is hard. Running a YouTube channel is hard if it's the only thing you're doing. The gems are in a box that is actually blue. What the ass? This feels very 50-50 because I don't know what the hell. I don't know if that's true or false. I got nothing to go off of. It doesn't matter on this run because we don't need gems. What if they're both the false ones? That would make sense. They're both the false ones, which means that the blank one... No. I guess it's got to make some sort of statement. You can't be true by omission. What if the game gets harder, bro? Was that Bloodborne? I think it was Bloodborne. Oh! I see it. I think. Technically, I think this is the true box. Because this box has the word blue on it. Ah, damn, I was wrong. So does the black box? Yeah. But if this was the true box, I guess, no, that would make both of them true. Fuck, well, whatever, we didn't need gems. I'll get that one next time. Can I offer my logic for that one? Nope. I will have to do it again at some point. I appreciate you asking. I appreciate you asking. I'll get it next time. I'll take the time to actually sit a little bit longer and lean into it. Yeah, that was a good time to get that puzzle. That puzzle was complicated. It was nice because, yeah, it's like you said, we didn't have gems, so we didn't have to worry about losing them. I'm only really grabbing them in case we get the freezer. Oh, that was clutch. So funny. We got the watering can. It's the one run where we don't need any gems whatsoever. Can I offer you a bioreactor in this trying time? I tried to lockpick it, but that's not how that works. I was gonna say, man, do I have some items coming up? Because we're just kind of sleepwalking right now. Yeah, sleep mask is awesome, considering the fact that we haven't dropped down that many bedrooms
This is
yet.
the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
David the Guy, Prime Sub 47 months. Thank you, David. Appreciate you. Thank you for the Bezos bucks. Bullshit. Your red memos are filled with lies. That's a long ways away for the dining room. I think I'd rather buy stuff. Like a shovel. Not really gems, though. But the shovel's going to help us on the way back. Because the courtyard had a shitload of places to dig. As did the foundation. So when we come back up through here, we'll be able to go after some resources. Oh my. If I can find that stupid vault that I've never seen before, I bet you that's going to be useful. Sure stink. Fire at will. Wonder if the vault's in the basement? Potentially. Yeah, potentially. Banana? I want to save up for the bacon and eggs if I can. I've never had that before. Yeah. Yeah, I found the tunnel yesterday, or the day before yesterday in game. I crafted the thing that lights candles and fuses, and I didn't have enough steps to do anything, but I had backtracked all the way to here. I had just enough steps to run out to the cave. All I knew is I wanted to light those torches. I wonder if it just leads outside. Let's find out. Maybe it takes us off the premises. It doesn't look like it. It got us one step removed from... Oh, nuts. Well, if we got to bury it in a corner, I'm glad we buried it here. It looks like the second tunnel almost always has some sort of, like, reward, but a dead end. I don't know. We'll have to try to draft it some other time. I didn't figure out the ladder till day 30-something. Well, that was that second run of the day. We had almost the entire board filled, and we were actually in the antechamber. But we kind of ran out of stuff to do. So I just hauled ass back to the workshop and I had a shitload of inventory, and I just started seeing what I could combine. And so I made things I'd never seen before, which included the fire glass, which we crafted it like down here. And then at that point I only had like 6 steps left, so I got all excited and ran outside and ran to the tunnel outside and lit the torches. And that's where we got the tunnel. Ugh, one more coin. Maybe I'll get it from the courtyard. I don't know what the morning room is, but I want to see it. Oh yeah, look at that. It's the first time we entered that bedroom with the mask on, so we got 5 steps back. Oh, I do. I use the term Amy G. That's my spoiler when I actually want to be told. Otherwise, I'm just rhetorically ruminating out loud. Oh, I guess Nightbot. Oh, there's Nightbot. It comes from Bloodborne. Second time we've mentioned Bloodborne today. It comes from Bloodborne because the long story short, I was fighting the boss Amygdala, who I was calling Amy G. I kept coming close to beating it, but I kept losing. And chat got really frustrated with me. And I had to tell them, I was like, hey guys, I know it looks like I'm struggling here. I understand that I could leave this place and I could gather basically health potions, and it would ease my troubles in this fight tremendously. But I was like, long story short, oh no, I need... There's like 3 little cubes of beef in there. I was like, long story short, I think going and harvesting blood potions would be tedious and not fun to watch. And I recognize in myself that I have the skill to beat this thing without healing. And I want to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. And that worked fine for the people who were there when I said it. The problem was, for the rest of the day, people kept coming in going, hey man, I couldn't help but notice you were struggling with this fight. I went ahead and looked up a strategy guide. You should go stand by its legs. And I was like, I get it. I'm trying to do it my own way. And then somebody else would come in later and say, hey man, I couldn't help but notice you were struggling. Did you ever think that maybe you should just go out and get blood potions and then come back so that you'd have refillable health? And that went on for like 2 hours. And I got tilted. I got real tilted. And I went off on a huge rant about like, don't fucking tell me what to do, basically. And then as soon as I finished that rant, poor Maryland Maverick came in 10 seconds after I'd finished. And he settles in and sees me with this glower on my face. And he assumes it's because I'm getting my ass kicked by this Bloodborne boss and it's put me in a bad mood. So Maryland Maverick goes and finds a strategy guide and posts the link in chat and says, hey man, I couldn't help but notice you were struggling with Amygdala. Here's a strategy guide and a YouTube video that I think says you should just go stand by his legs. And at that point I went, fuck it, and I ended stream. I was like, I'm out of here. I can't deal with you people today. So Amygdala, or Amy G, has become my code word for I am genuinely looking for a real backseat answer. Otherwise, everything else is just rhetorical. It's just me thinking out loud and letting you hear my thought process. Poor Maryland Maverick beat himself up about that for a couple of years. It's now like a funny joke, but in the moment, I was fucking fuming. Yeah, and then the irony is, on my alt account, I was like, screw it, I give up. They win. I'm gonna go harvest these blood vials. I don't want to do it like this, but I'm so sick of hearing about it. Was kind of where I was. And so on my alt account, I went to go harvest these blood vials, and the people who hung out with me were like, hey man, you doing good? And I was like, yeah, I'm doing good. I was just frustrated. I hope I wasn't too mean, but it was really upsetting. I was like, so I'm gonna do this thing now, and it's just whatever. And as we got to the end of it, I said, hey, you know what? Let me go take a crack at it on this channel, because you guys who have been hanging out watching me tediously farm blood vials deserve, you know, at least one verified, bona fide crack at the boss. And then I went back with a clear mind and open heart and dumpstered that stupid boss and only got hit once. And I had to come back the next day and be like, hey guys, sorry I was real shitty and angry yesterday, but in fairness, y'all kind of sucked, even if you didn't know you were doing it on purpose. In that spirit, I did some stuff on the alt account, and I took one crack at beating the boss, and then I beat the shit out of the boss, so here's the clip. Anyway. I'm gonna go drawing room. I like security's good, but if we had the security card, I'd deal with it. I really feel like I don't see a lot of secure doors. I hope I didn't jinx the shit out of that. I don't really feel like I see a lot of secure doors when I haven't pulled the security room. I feel like it doesn't show up a lot. The veranda, you say? Well, I've not been to the veranda before. Oh, no, I have. Haven't I? I think I was like in a patio. I don't think I've ever seen the veranda before. Ooh, I wonder. What's the soil quality in this square? You're 4 up. Poor. We are in poor soil quality. I hate to tell you. I guess I'm just happy I got something for this. Look in the directory. Actually, that's a good call. Oh, this is the first time. Yeah, this is the first time we've ever drafted the veranda. Lab, I guess. Lab good. Lab loyal. Lab treat us right. Oh. Oh, I thought I saw a key and I was like, I'm so clever! I didn't see a key. I've not looked at this before. The fuck is that thing pointing at? What in the hell? Chat, if I have to look this up, I'm just gonna look this up. I'll have one of you grab the image for me off the net. I'm not writing all that down. That's the first time I've looked at that. Oh. Probably has something to do with the levers, maybe. I don't know. That's a problem for another day.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Who did that? Yo, the only exception on a 6-month gift from Geist going into month number 6. Thank you both so much. Appreciate you. Let's make an experiment. Ooh, each time you find trash while digging. I have a sledgehammer and a shovel. Dude, each time you find trash while digging, gain 3 gold for each red room in your house. If we could find that fancy pants showroom, we could buy some, like, wacky shit. I don't want to lose money going into the chapel. Have you been to the showroom? 2 runs ago. Yeah, 2 runs ago. I couldn't afford any of that. I wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. Before we go north in the drafting room. Yeah, I was short like 40 gold of getting anything. This feels like a waste of a key, but whatever. Oh shit, I want to go to the office. I don't even care if this bricks our run. So that was where that happened. Oh shit, the safe deposit box key. That's twice in a row now. Or is that a different safe deposit box key? Oh my god, it's 2 safe deposit box keys. One for 304 and one for 233. Wild. Boop. The antechamber lamp. Okay, yeah. Wait, what was the... I want to refresh myself on the last one. I don't think there's enough time to put another work order in before Simon arrives to make sure the west and east levers are operational. So there are west and east levers, and I just haven't found them yet. Alright, I'd like to have a little chat with you. We're going to run payroll. Oh, we were going to run payroll. Oh, you only get it once a week. Okay, well that makes sense. I've activated the lever in the greenhouse, which actually allowed me 2 runs ago to get into the antechamber for the first time. Spread gold in the estate. Yeah. I'd like to read some emails, please. What'd you do with what was inside? I ran out of steps and took it to my grave. The old basement key just went into the grave with me. Oh, shit. Okay. That's the one I want. No, I don't think that when you spread coins, they don't go to the conference rooms. They just go randomly throughout the house. But if you get the conference rooms, stuff that you've spread throughout the house is suctioned into the conference room. Anne, the Savage. Sir, you have not left me any instructions for the following week, and you know how much I hate leaving critical plans up to the last minute. As soon as you decide on definite plans for the holidays, please pass a message on to me, either through Hartley, who is valeting for you this weekend, or if you absolutely insist, through this confound electronic typewriter. And Babbage. I haven't found Hartley's office yet, but we've got a memo that his green, or we got a note that his green memos are bullshit. Anne's a fucking savage. I want her, like, honestly, we should hire her at the label. I don't know what for, but for whatever it is, she needs to be a hard ass. Like, we need to find a job that requires a hard ass. She could be like our HR, so whenever somebody's got to be fired, I don't have to get dragged into those meetings anymore. Anne can just show up and be like, you're fucking lazy and you're fired. Holy shit. The fucking impact crater where that employee used to be. DC Power, here we go. This is the one I wanted to see. Gabe, yes, that is the correct functionality. Also, when you're out here next, please test that the correct sequence is... Oh, really? Is it now? Off. Blue. Green. White. Red. Purple. What is it? What is this? Where did I get this? Who sent me this? It's nice. Oh, I got this off of Throne. I think Rusty might have bought this for me. Somebody bought me a Moleskine journal. I've got like 3 or 4 of these. One of these is from the American Cancer Society. And one is from Twitch. Yeah, that Moleskine journal is getting used. Dude, how crazy is that? That Moleskine journal is getting used for pretzel notes. Like doubly 99 Lives pretzel notes. And a chunk of it is being used for the game you played for or paid for. Oh shit, it was left over from Phasmo. I think it just got here way after. Alright, what's next? Nick Laffy Taffy had a stroke while writing his name. Yeah, it was destined to be. Oh, Jesus, lawyers. Ugh. Can Noah stay at the summit forever? October 7th, 1993. Dear Herbert, we just wanted to... Esquire. We just wanted to let you know that changes you requested to your will have been implemented and notarized. If your premonition, God forbid, should bear fruit, rest assured that your plans will be executed down to the last detail, and the heir of your estate charged within a nickel of their lives. McGuire, McKinley, and McDougal. Uh-oh. The VAC indicator lights installed per instructions have been turned on. However, it should be noted that the white indicator is only displayed after syncing all 6 indicators to purple. We discovered this on accident. If this is not the desired functionality, let us know. We'll fix our regular service visit next week. Well, yeah, we found that one on accident. Data transfers from Cinca are not currently available. Yeah, Simon's the one who pays the attorney bill. For sure.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Rusty Brazenfire with a gifted tier 1 sub to Mick Laffy. I've been doing this for long enough. There's like 900 bullshit variations. Damn.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
I'm gonna thank you for the subs. I'm not gonna read out all these asshole variations on my name. I will gleefully take your money and smile while I do it. This is the second hand pointing thing that I've seen. I wonder if this was trying to alert us to the safe, and if this is alerting us to the safe, then I wonder what the one pointing down in the den, I think, might be trying to tell us. Screw it. The offices of McLaffy and McTaffy. Noah damn near talked me into becoming a lawyer, and I don't even think I wanted to do it. He's just persuasive when he wants to be. The fuck was that? Oh, Notion. I got a company meeting in a minute. Nah, that's all the random ass numbers I've got. Oh, it's not all the random ass numbers I've got. Oh, that's the orchard. All right, now that's all the random ass numbers I've got. Yeah, that was Notion that got me. I'm not usually here when that goes off. Or I don't usually have my headphones on when that goes off. Another chess piece. Is that the queen? Or is that the king? That's the king, isn't it? The one with the little cross on the head? That's the king. Not much of a chess player anymore. Used to be. Used to play chess quite a bit. All right. I think we're going to go up from the drawing room. This has been a productive run already. I don't have the car keys this time around, sadly. More's the pity. That's a great place for the dining room. That's a spectacular place for the dining room. I fucking love it. A dining room on rank 6. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do, man. Holy shit. What a good one. I'm gonna need to come up with some more keys here pretty quick. You ever notice how this game hears you and does awesome stuff? If this were Isaac, my computer would have heard me say I need keys and it would have blue screened. All right. Nate and the computer both shamed me for not seeing the locksmith, the key maker. Pretty dull room. I don't have any money. Don't you shake my coin pouch at me. I like it. Oh shit, that'll show me the date. So today is okay, so really the math really is if we get the time lock on the vault. Today is November 14th, 1993. And from here on out, it'll be plus. We'll read it in a second. Plus days from day 8. So it'd be plus days minus 8. So I have an equation for figuring out the date now. The date in game is always, in case we, like, if it's tomorrow, we obviously go, it's November 15th. But if we don't see that room again, if we don't see the fallout shelter for like a fucking in-game month, I want there to be a formula for how we figure that out so that we aren't sitting here grasping at straws, you know what I mean? So the formula for figuring out the current day in game, yep, is November 14th plus the current day number minus 8. Okay. A Sightseer's Guide to Reddington, which is the postcard that's in one of the bedrooms. Modest Account of Our Town by Sir Andrew Darrell. Introduction: the third largest city in Finn Aries and site of its former capital, Reddington is synonymous with mountains, mysteries, and magic. Most tourists head straight for the boardwalk and don't get much further than the botanical gardens. However, Reddington has much more to offer. Spectacular scenery, a historic castle, and a charming underground bazaar rewards visitors who wish to explore further. Reddington is that type of unique, enchanting place that lingers in your mind and memories long after you leave her. What would day 1 have been? I'd be the 14th minus 8. Yeah, November 6th. I suppose. I think that maths. The Botanical Gardens, Reddington's most popular attraction and guaranteed crowd pleaser. The Botanical Gardens is loved by both locals and visitors for its adjourned canopy house and mausoleum, its petal-covered trails, and its mind-boggling variety of flowers. This is the reason springtime is Reddington's busy season. Situated just east of town, the Botanical Gardens offer a scenic and captivating tableau of the natural countryside. A cobblestone trail meanders past over 1,000 species of tropical plants, each remarkable in its own right, yet even more stunning set against the spectacular backdrop of the Reddington Mountains. Allow yourself at least an hour to indulge in this picturesque walk, which concludes at Mainway Station. That is the Ilex X Muserve. I knew a girl named Muserve. Her last name was Muserve. She's nice. A specimen of holly unique to Reddington's mountains. Featherfall Keep. You will find sitting at the base of Mount Perma, Reddington's second highest summit, a historic site. Chat, if you put A in front of an H word, do you often turn it into an? In my experience, I would make that an historic site because the H is almost silent. Almost. British? Okay. I just watched too much Doctor Who. Okay. Gotcha. The BBC has done this to me. Noted. An historic site described by scholars as significantly important to the realm's past, Featherfall Keep, the former home of Lord William Epsom, has until recently always been a private residence serving as a family home to the Epsons since before the Third Era. After the death of Lord Epsom, his oldest son, Lionel Epsom, left the estate, never to return. However, the daughter stayed. This is our grand aunt, maintaining the residence and its staff until her marriage in 1951. At that point, Featherfall Keep ceased to be a family residence. It began operating as a historic house, museum, and tourist attraction, and the estate was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1972. It is still believed by many that Featherfall was built by the first king of Orinda Aries when Reddington was still the capital. However, surface documents contain conflicting dates, have recently cast some doubt on the long-standing myth. Trinsdale Lake. Close your eyes and imagine tranquil, serene stillness, rolling fogs, clear water, and gliding swans. In the midst of all that beauty sits Trinsdale Lake, one of Finn Aries' premier vacation destinations. Exclusive for its more privileged citizens. Nate, you gotta sneak me into this place. The lakeside resort and cabins have been frequented by royalty and realm's gentry for generations. However, on the southern shore of the lake, tourists, the poors, are free to enjoy the views. The poors are free to watch the rich riching. And to also rub elbows with the rich and famous, so long as they don't actually touch them. In the 100 Bells Tea Room, which is open to the general public for lunch on Mondays and Fridays. Jesus Christ, this is an actual tour guide. Mount Holly. At an elevation of 11,220 feet, Mount Holly is the tallest mountain in the Reddington Range and the highest peak in the entire realm. Beyond the physical challenge itself, climbing Mount Holly Trail is a beautiful experience and one that many hikers and explorers will want to do at least once. It's only a few hours from Reddington to get to the trailhead, and you won't need any local guides or special gear if you tackle the trail during the summer season. However, those willing to give the mountain a significant amount of planning and research will be greatly rewarded, whether or not they actually summit. On the opposite side of the peak, far from the trail, rests the estate of Mount Holly. Hey! Nestled between the summit's northern slope and saddle, this 80-acre mountain residence is almost as old as Reddington itself. However, unlike Featherfall Keep, the property has been completely private because we don't let pores in this motherfucker since the closing of the Mount Holly schoolhouse in '66. I ain't educating no kids. Not on my dime. Still, hikers will be shot. And if not, they'll be able to appreciate the house's unique architecture at a distance, and I mean outside of sniper scope range, from one of the trail's many north-facing overlooks. Every once in a while, I look up and I'm like, is this Taffy or the game? Let's see. Taffy, I know you don't like cream cheese, but I need help. Avocado bomb, deep fried avocado stuffed with cream cheese, spicy tuna and spicy crab, or jalapeno bomb. Avocado bomb. If I say if I was forced, I'd be happy to eat either one of those. But if I was asked to eat either one of those, avocado bomb sounds really good. Sounds really good. The Mainway Station Bazaar. For the sentimental tourists wishing to pick up a souvenir to remember their stay, one might try braving the Mainway Station Bazaar, but don't be too hasty. Without proper guidance, the Mainway Station can be a dangerous place. Located underground, the unique marketplace was once Reddington's central railway station. In a time when the realm's trains were still in service, now the turnstiles, footbridge, and platform have all been appropriated and turned into a cavern of tents and torches. Whether you are bargain hunting, looking for adventure, or finding a memento to commemorate your visit, the Mainway Station Bazaar will be a worthy inclusion to your sightseeing adventure in Reddington. Alright, so we're here. Reddington's on the other side of the mountain. I wonder if we fucking leave the house and end up in Reddington through a tunnel system or some shit like that. It'd be interesting. But now we know all this stuff is here. Angel Tower. They didn't say shit about that. Neat. Neat. Activated like a sleeper agent at the word bizarre. I got my ass kicked yesterday with a really good dually bill, which led me to believe that I no longer understand the meta. I wish these had things written on them, but I guess they don't. Yeah, I guess we go this way. Oh, that didn't cost us anything? That's nice. Attic, 8 items. Rotunda. Ooh. Billy, the Rotunda would be very good. Counterpoint. No, the Rotunda's really good. God, the attic's got a lot of items, though. But I will be so step poor if I do that. Is the Rotunda better than the weight room? It's roughly the same cost. Yeah, it's lose half my steps no matter what. Yeah, you might have a point. I want the items. That's the part that kills me. Rotunda's way better here. I don't see how. This accomplishes the same thing the Rotunda does. And I don't have to hit a button. You know what I mean? I got a plan. I got a plan. With my last key at current. Yep, I heard you. Matter of fact, before I go any further, 1, 2, yeah. Guess who's going back to eat some food? That Taffy's going back to eat some food. That shepherd's pie? I fuck so hard with shepherd's pie. Dude, I sometimes want to hit my kids because they don't eat shepherd's pie. I don't hit my kids. But I would be dishonest if I said I didn't have to fight the impulse. Scrub the buns. Yeah, they don't eat shepherd's pie. And I'm like, dude, douse it in ketchup. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I've had times where I've had bland shepherd's pie served to me and I bathe it in ketchup. And you know what? It's an excellent vehicle for ketchup. Everyone vanish. These are the things I can get away with when Noah's at St. Jude. Dummy. Green room me. Son of a bitch. Well, I hate this, but it's the only option I have. God, I hate this, but it's all I can do. It's all I can do. I just have to accept that this is the reality I live in. I even went to the stupid-ass locksmith and didn't have enough money for a key. Oh, man. That experiment's a good one. I was going to the green room to dig, because if I got to dig, I could find maybe some gold. I got 2 vault keys. I can't do shit with them. I got running shoes. Those are wasted. We did learn some things. We got into the office, so the next time we get the utility room, we can actually do something with it. Well, I mean, not that we haven't, but... Oh, man, I wanted more from that run. It was a good run, but I wanted more. Damn, I wanted more. Oh, shit. We did spread gold throughout the house. We were running out of steps real fast, though. And we didn't have the conference room down. You were absolutely right. 64-bit robot. We went into the office somewhere. The conference room, we didn't put down the... Did we put down the conference room after the office? We didn't. We did the office after the conference room. So we spread gold. And I guess I could have spent the last... Yeah, but here's the thing I'm saying. I don't think the conference room sucks all the gold into the room unless you do it in the opposite order that we did. We put down the conference room first, exploring this bottom... Maybe. You might be right. I don't know. I'll still fight you.